like so happy and excited when I get a chance to come here and co-create with you, come to a space of peace, that inner peace and love. Come together in our hearts and our minds, our spirits. Much love and respect to you. Let me make sure everything's okay. Sometimes we have these technical errors, so we're okay, right? Can you guys tell me if the sound is okay? Machiwa. Makaya. And everything else is ready and prepared, so I'm just doing one of those surprise transmissions. We just did a live yesterday, but I still wanted to come together with you guys and share more information, share more energy, share more communion, you know, our togetherness, our aliveness, this group aliveness is something that is necessary for each and one of us starseeds, indigo children of God. All of us are, and we're coming together in our sincerity, in our integrity, our truthfulness, our conviction, and we're representatives of light. We shine your light, and others will see, others will come, others will resonate, because it's within all our DNA. Yes? Machiwa. Yes, 2 in a row. You said it, UTD. Tanner in the house. What's going on, LS Dreamers? So happy to see you. Much respect. Mickey, Holiday. Sound is good. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let me get my staff right here. So, want to have it nearby and light the incense, of course. Let me make sure we have charcoal nearby. Yeah, I got some charcoal and some. Oh, my Terahertz Wand is trying to come alive on its own. Machiwa. Makaya. We can show that later. How are you guys doing? How is your week going, Starseeds? Write it in the comments. I want to know. Others want to know. I have several lighters. What's up? Sorry, guys. We'll do this. It was like I was going back and forth of, should I do a live? I want to see other people. I want to talk to other people. I want to connect. Sometimes you just want to connect. And you guys could be doing something similar, like incense resins, or working with crystal balls or crystal bowls as well. That humming, that frequency, that energy. And I can always, encourage you to try at least 1 or 2 yoga positions a day. Like, practice regularly, even if it's just for a few minutes. Of course, it would be beneficial, yes, if you expand that few minutes to like 15 minutes, a half hour, whatever you feel worked up to. I mean, we're starseeds, and we have these unique lifestyles. Like, other people will, even our own family, right, will look at us like something's wrong, or are we okay? Why are we so strange and weird? Why do we talk about aliens? Most people, some people in the 3D, a lot of people, they get uncomfortable. They don't want to hear that. Like to their ears, that's suffering or pain or something. That's irritation. That's bothering them. They don't want that in their space. Wait. Oh shit, it was freaking me out. I smelled a burning smell, but then usually my charcoal is gray, so I know it's burned. It's all black. Okay. You guys have to realize I've been in a fire before. My house burned down in 2010, so I lost everything. So did my dad. We lost everything, man. Wachiwa. And honestly, when I looked at that in retrospect, you know, that needed to happen for both of us. Because that put him in a whole different lifestyle. That put me in a different lifestyle, which is definitely needed for both of us in 2010. Notice how Spirit was getting me ready for 2012 transition. When 2012 hit, my whole life changed. And I wasn't even into, back then, I wasn't into the spiritual alignments and synchronies. I mean, I was into crystals, but I wasn't really there yet, right? Actually, I had just, that was 2010. That's when Carrie Cassidy came out with How Shannon Dean. So I can rephrase that. When I connected with the innerchristos, my whole life changed. Now, I look back and I wasn't connecting to the Christos yet. I was introduced to it, but I wasn't like understanding it yet. But things were already happening. Like some of you, we're all going through something happening in our lives. And just think about that, you guys. Sometimes bad stuff is spirit. I mean, it's our higher self, right? That is pushing us through a scenario or pushing us through a phase in our life. Sometimes we need some of those uncomfortable, activities, dramas, events. For me, the fire in Tucson, Arizona was a major event in my life. It was an event that got me going in a better direction. Now, it still took me a while, but I was still, like many of you, just studying and trying to understand and trying to learn and trying to develop ourselves. We had this inkling, these ideas creeping in that there's something profound to our spiritual nature, and I want to understand that more. Okay? There's something going on that I can't explain from 3D knowledge and information. So I have to investigate. We need to investigate that which is not the ordinary, that which is spiritual, extraordinary, even paranormal. What our 3D society considers paranormal. It's not paranormal or extraordinary. It's supposed to be ordinary. Okay? Now, once upon a time, our entire race, all of us, were serving the law of one. We're, within the law of one. Practicing the law of one. With ourselves, with our planet. Now there's billions of us who are not. So some people, there's this population of people who don't care. They don't care about spirit or religion or anything like that. They're just purely 3D. Now you have someone, you could say, we're not labeling people, we're explaining it through spiritual concepts. That would be somebody who doesn't have much development in their spiritual life. There's nothing sparking them, no curiosity, just apathetic towards life and humans. They just want to live their life and just do whatever they, without concerns of what's outside this reality. And this is a realm. But there's things outside the realm. See, we appreciate God. We appreciate spiritual wonders, unexplained things. We want to understand. There's a deep, those who have a spark to their inner God, inner Christ, inner spirit, they start to develop your aliveness. Well, now they're curious. Okay? At least those curious people are thinking about afterlife, life and death, so they will be into religion, maybe, at least. At least they're in religion. Now, science ain't bad, but science is soulless. So there's people who are into science, there's people into religion, and there's people who are into nothing. How many people do you know that are into nothing? And that's okay too. We love all, even people who believe in nothing, who don't care about anything, who only care about themselves. Like, one of my best friends from high school, no longer a friend, right? I wonder why. My best friend in high school was, what's that person who doesn't believe in God at all? An atheist. He was an atheist. And he was cold and I mean, the only reason why we became friends is because we had a similar interest in theater. We met each other in theater drama class. But he wasn't really an actor, so I don't know what he was doing in there. Like, he wasn't into the acting, but he was in an acting class. What? You know? So anyways, you'll see that a lot of people from your past, from your high school days, from your church days, from whatever days, in those days, we're not associated with those energies anymore, right? We're going through our changes, homie. It's going to be a small audience tonight because we haven't. This is just a surprise, visit, and that's okay. Celine. Oh, the wand. Thanks for asking. This is called it says Prife Terra iTeraCare. That's the brand, iTeraCare. It's a device for healing. You actually use it. There's different levels. There's low. And notice there's a light emitting from it. This is part of the crystal technology and the laser technology for healing. It will penetrate your body. It goes through your body. So it can go all the way through your body, basically, there's 3 settings because it produces heat. It blows like air, like a hairdryer. So maybe you can't stand it too hot. So you have to bring it down. But anyways, this is being sold globally, and there's testimonies all over the world. I got involved, me and Starman got involved, at the beginning of the year. So basically, you just use it and point it. You don't need to go to a doctor or professional. It's completely safe for children and pets. It's been proven, it's shown, and people using it on their pets and elderly people. It's safe. So if it doesn't work, at least you know it's safe. I know it works. Starman knows it works. Thousands of people all over the planet are talking about this. And so they have 3 models because there's bigger models for people using it in clinics. So there's clinics using these things. That says something. They're not going to use something that doesn't work. They won't be in business very long if they're using a device like it uses terahertz. That's why it's called the iTeraCare, the Terahertz Wand. And if you look at the light spectrum, there's a spectrum called terahertz, and this is using terahertz. And so that's what it is. It's just, and we're selling it. There's a link below. Check it out. And I even made 2 videos about it. So watch the videos and watch other people's videos, because I don't have to convert you or sell you, because it sells itself. All you have to do is look at people's testimonies. So it actually helped me in my suffering and my pain. And I have it here for little stuff like it helped me with my big problem. Now it's helping me with little problems like, some people have arthritis from using a computer. Well, I use the computer a lot. I don't know if it's arthritis, but I do get little pains, and this takes it away, like literally within seconds. So it's not like, I haven't used it for incurable diseases like some people, but we can't even use those hashtags, right? So I actually, when I can afford it, I will one day upgrade to the premium one, because it puts out more. I want it to be maximum outage, so But thank you for that question. But anyways, we're all on a healing journey. We're healing our bodies. We're healing our minds, our psychologies. We're healing our emotions. A lot of us have had emotional trauma, and some of us are, and a lot of us are healing our spirit. Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual healing. That is part of our awakening. Okay? Because most humans can have some healing to do, including myself, including others who are teaching spirituality, but we're still oppressed in a system where it's being dominated. Like I just released a video today about kings, queens, emperors, rulers. Now, people don't have to agree with that part. They can still think that rulers in general, you know, royalty families, royalty family, or someone like Putin, like a dictator, a ruler, right? He has no term of office, as far as I know, he's been in office for how long? I mean, there's countries where you're being ruled by a tyrant or a dictator, it's called. Well, you're the supreme ruler, supposedly, unless someone takes you out or overthrows you. So, basically, I brought that up because this world is being oppressed. Okay, but we see these people. We got faces to them. We see that person. We see that person. They're actually, you know, not the physical aspect. They're the soul that came into the body. What is their soul? Right? What happens when you take an Anunnaki soul or a reptilian soul and put it into a human body? You know, mix with your mommy's DNA and your daddy's DNA. Or maybe your parents are already indigo children. Maybe your parents are already hybrid reptilians. So, anyways, this is what is going on Earth. We're surrounded by aliens. We're being attacked by aliens. We're being ruled by aliens. So, what is that? Where does the Starseed come into play? Well, we're aliens too. And we're just getting to know this whole situation. And knowing where we fit in, what our purpose, what our mission is here, is not just to awaken and heal ourselves. We have a big responsibility, you guys, each and every one of you. You become into your mastery. You're going to be knowledgeable. It's going to be coming out of the tip of your tongue. You will, you know, it will flow. This information will flow within you because it's in your DNA. You're coming from that family, that star family, that star people, the race. You know, Team Indigo, homie, what's up? You know, we are this, you know, we're all sacred. But what we're saying is, we're not saying we're chosen ones either. We're a specific race of people from the future timelines that incarnate into this drama time, this human timeline now happening. Because we've also did the same thing and came into Atlantis. We did the same thing and came to Lemuria and ancient Egypt. Don't forget about that. And also, we have work in other planets. You know, we work with other species. We're guardian race. The human race are called guardians. Angelic human race. You know, we're called the Terahertz. So there's the Oriframe. There's only a certain amount of angel races. The Terahertz angelic human in the future are one of them. Another angelic race are the Oriframe angels. Another one would be the Azurite angels. And of course, you have these words in the Bible such as seraphim, but that is coming from what's called the seraphi. Seraphim. And that is one of the... Now, I gotta be careful what I say because it confuses some people when I said there's 3 creators, races. I thought there's only one creator. So I gotta be careful about this within myself, right? I understand, but other people won't understand when we talk about the universal trinity. They're actually primary founders. The primary founders, you know, you can call them metaterrestrials. You can call them solar rishi. I call them creators. We're all creators, actually. I'm not saying the creator. They're the ones that downstepped, that projected itself and created this collective, a whole bunch of beings, ascended masters came to and became the Blue Flame Collective, the Elohai Collective. Another group became the Seraphim Collective, and another one came the Brahmarama Violet Flame Collective. So you, Starseed, Indigo, each one of you, you're coming from one of these. If we talk about Pleiadians, for example, well, Pleiadians come from the Blue Flame. Maybe you're connected to one of these mantis beings. That's the Gold Flame. Maybe you love dolphins and you're crazy about Pegasus like me. You're connected to the Violet Flame. Now, according to our teacher, Ashiana, Iyasha, she talks about all of us. I'm getting a lag notice, so sorry about that. We actually spend time in each of those DNA levels. You will be sometimes Blue Flame, for example. Sometimes you will be Gold Flame, sometimes Violet Flame. But mostly one, and then not as much as the other, and least of the third collective. So what is your main collective, right? What is your main source of consciousness? It's curious. I mean, you guys, a lot of you are crazy about that. You want to know very badly, and that's natural. I was the same way. We all want to know. But it doesn't prevent you from still continuing on your spiritual journey, right? So I do this all the time. Actually, I did put incense. It is melted. Let me put more. Here's a big chunk of gold copal resin. I'm getting a lag notice. Sorry, guys. We'll do this. We got this. Nixo90. Rachel. Or is it Raquel? I don't know, because the spelling is R-A-C-H. Very unique. Yes, welcome. Ancient University Divinity. Thank you guys for being members, by the way. Archangel Consciousness, you said it. That would be Density 3, the Oversoul level. Hi, Celine. Life is a blessing. I agree with you. I love you, Nixo. and we're just chilling. I don't expect 100 people tonight, but we're just most people know when I come on Tuesdays, and oh wow. See, I was rushing. I didn't even light my candle. Machiwa. And it might be a small group, so I'll just get lit early. Once again, I fasted all day. I didn't eat anything yet. Welcome, Chelsea. So happy to see you. Welcome to the family. Much respect. And a lot of us are finding out, these things. And you guys, you may not agree with everything I say, and that's okay, right? I mean, I do the same thing with other speakers or other people talking spiritual topics. I won't agree with everything they say, but there's something that I resonate with. And maybe there's something here, something with the innerchristos information that you resonate with. And that's why you're here. And so we try to be, open to all beliefs. And that's what, because you got people who are very strict in their religion and their belief. That's okay. That's what they do. Other people are very open to other people's beliefs. Well, when you're practicing unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, you're one of those type of people. Okay? We will talk about the religions and the negative aspects of religion from our point of view because it's part of our job. It's part of the things that we do. That's why we came. Because it's labeled, if you even look in Voyagers, it's labeled a rescue mission. Giving an opportunity, one more time, another time, for people to choose Law of One. Because we know what happens when you don't and stay on this timeline. And even people, a lot of people in the New Age know that. They know they need to ascend and get the F out of here. So, usually, normally speaking, if you're a starseed, you're okay, you're going to be okay. But remember, you still have to activate your heart chakra. In the wound, we activated the 5th strand and the 6th strand. But you still need, for some reason, right, you got to activate the heart strand. Okay? And that's what we're doing. We're trying to pull in more of our consciousness, more of our higher consciousness by opening higher chakra. How do you open higher consciousness? You open the higher chakra. I get people asking me, how do I know if I have 5 strands or 6 strands? Well, do you feel your 5th chakra or your crown chakra? You should be able to feel it. This is one way you can check. Now you can check without it. Some people are naturally psychic and feel it going on, honey. Others need a boost. That's all, a boost. Eventually you grow. You're not meant to stay in one place. When you go exercise, you're not staying in one place anymore. Now you're developing your body. Well, you develop your spirit, you develop your mind. You won't need this, or it's not about needing. I'm saying is it will be flowing without it. You won't think about something to help you. Because we are distorted and broken down here. So we need a little boost, a little assistance, a little, some people realize you don't need vitamins, but they're taking vitamins to help their, to boost them, And so imagine because let's say you never had a psychic experience and you never have one in your entire life. Is that even possible? Yes. You probably know some people in your family who are like this. They don't believe there's anything spiritual or psychic about the world. They don't believe in God or anything. And once again, that's okay. That's their path. That's their experience. That's their journey. Tonight's video, spiritual journey. So I hope that you can at least explore your consciousness, explore psychic perceptions at least once or a couple times in your life. If you're wondering if they're even real, are psychic powers even real? Because I don't have them. I don't sense them. That's funny. Because most of these people are believing in other things they can't see. How many? You can probably list 10 things that you can't see that you believe in, right? List 3 things in chat that you can't, that you believe is real but you can't see. Write it in the comments, homie. Mochiwa. Get some more frankincense. Get some more benzoin. Where is my benzoin, homie? Oh, it's right here. Benzoin. You guys, I want to ask you a question. How much time do you spend awake with your eyes closed? How much time do you spend awake with your eyes closed? seconds, minutes, half hour. Think about that. The more time you spend, well, I can't say that. It depends on the individual, right? Some people will probably close their eyes and nothing happens, right? Machiwa. You spend time in mindfulness. You spend time with your thoughts and with your consciousness, with your energies. Spend time thinking about fourth dimensional energy, green ray, and seeing a Merkaba star in the middle of your heart that's green, or a Merkaba star, blue Merkaba, an indigo Merkaba, a magenta. Oh, I keep saying that because I spend a lot of time in the magenta chakra. I mean violet. Gold, silver, dark blue, dark silver, white, pale turquoise, pale yellow, pale magenta. I gotta do a 15 chakra video. You can watch my 15 dimension video and that will talk about the 15 chakras. But there's locations. And notice right after the 7th one, there's one here, but the rest of them, 10 through 15, they're all outside the body. Or you could say it this way, beyond the body. Not outside, because each chakra permeates you. So, I mean, each auric field, which the Guardians call particulate field, each particulate field is, you see it around you, but it's within your body space. It's and outside the body a little bit, right? Depending on how far it is, depending on which chakra. When I take medicine like mushroom, I can't, not on this mushroom, or not on this medicine, but on mushroom, I can see my aura. And I know that's why, okay, that's another way. Well, those people asking me, how do I know if I'm 5th strand or 6th strand? Well, can you see your aura? That's not a good question to ask, because not even if you're psychic, it doesn't mean you can see auras. If you've activated certain levels of yourself, yes, you can. Like some people, they're gifted in these perceptions. So you could say part of your spiritual journey is developing these perceptions. Having the idea, first of all, that just because you weren't born with them doesn't mean you can't have them. You can train psychic abilities. You can train chakra. That's what we're doing when we practice meditation and breath work. We're trying to develop. It's all about the Templar, honey. I mean, not only because you got something called the Merkaba, but what is the Merkaba? It's a Templar. What is a chakra? It's a Templar. We have bodies, but it's again about the Templar, the chakra, these vortices that are in your body and outside your body. So we become very, like you as a person are very knowledgeable at something. Most humans are knowledgeable about something. Those on a spiritual journey should all be knowledgeable about chakra, should all be knowledgeable where they're located, what the color is, and be good at visualizing it. Like you see the wormhole, you know, there's a Templar, an opening, but there's a wormhole to the opening coming out the front and the back. Okay? Coming out the heart and the back of the heart. The throat, the back of the throat. You know, it comes, it's your body, that's why it's centered here. So imagine there's several wormholes coming out in front of you and back of you. And think of the energy coming out of the wormholes, coming out of each opening of the chakra. And that is, it comes out and is around in the auric field. That's, for example, the crown. There's a unique thing about the crown and which direction it's pointing. And the base, the root chakra, is not pointing the same way as the other ones. And plus, don't forget about the two diagonal ones. There's a diagonal one. And I'm not talking about the third eye. That one's horizontal. The diagonal one is the ninth chakra, like a unicorn. So that is silver, the silver ray. But it's crossing the horizontal third eye. Even Drunvalo Melchizedek talked about that, which was a trip. But he wasn't talking about it as chakra. He didn't call them chakra. But he has this diagram that shows these, at least this, and something about, connection from the horizontal and the vertical. Oh, that's diagonal and the vertical one. There's a lot going on in your head, okay? The brain is intersecting a few things, a few chakras, and other energy centers. We haven't talked about the Kathara points. And you have Kathara points right here, down here, behind the knees, okay? And what you do is you rub those Kathara points. We're going to be learning Kathara soon. You can learn it whenever you want by studying Ashiana's workshops. But we're also going to be talking about it. And maybe in November mostly, I'm planning a big trip. For me, it's a big trip. I have to get my truck working and go visit my family in Arizona for Thanksgiving. I don't eat meat, but I'm still going to visit my family for this, I won't say I won't eat meat. I'm saying there's certain times in my life, certain times of energy I would be going through where I would want to, but in generally speaking, I mean not want to. I would consider it. Like if you're homeless, like I was homeless, sometimes you don't have choices, man. You want to survive or not. You could learn to fast and not eat anymore, but who wants to try that? Do you want to try never eating again? You guys, you know how I think that's possible? When you master fasting, water fasting, juicing, teas, certain nutrients, and you know what it is to fast. You know how it feels in your own body. You know what it feels like to not be eating anything for 3 days or 7 days. You'll have that experience. Even Joshua did that for 48 days, right? 40 days and 40 nights. That's kind of a weird number, but anyways. There's people who can fast for a whole month. I'm not telling you to go do that. What I'm saying is it's possible. If you look online or do some basic research, you can find out that someone fasted, didn't eat anything for a whole year. So you know it's possible, homie, to go a certain length of time. That guy was fat at the beginning of his fast. But what I'm saying is, I believe if you learn how to do massive amounts of pranayama, bringing in more prana, that is going to start replacing the necessity for food. And that's what breatharian is anyways. Breathing, eating breath, eating air, living off of air. Now, if you go look online, there's two guys who I believe are breatharians, so I trust them. I haven't heard any workshops yet myself, personally. Maybe you have, of Ashiana talking about it, of Ashiana teaching you how to be a breatharian. I don't think that's out there, but maybe she's talked about breatharian. She's mentioned that in Density 2 we're breatharians, and we're immortal, and we're giants. So that we know. We will be breatharians. We were before. So you know it's possible. So you can't say it's bullshit. You can't say being a breatharian is bullshit, that it's not possible. Just saying. It's hardcore. It's hardcore. But feasible. If you're replacing what your body would use for energy sustenance. This principles of these people, like, who can meditate for a whole year under a tree. You think that's supernatural or special? It's not. I can't do that myself, but I'm saying there's people who can. Go search Little Buddha. There's this guy, I think he's called Little Buddha. He slept in a tree that was dug out. There was an opening in the tree, so he slept in it. And people could go, he didn't sleep in it. He meditated in it for a whole year, and people were watching and filming it the whole time. There was people living around him, camping around him. It's possible to not eat for huge amounts of time. We already know some people we know have been, there's testimony of over a year. 5 years maybe? 10 years? If you can get to 5 years, you could just keep going. So. Hey, I would love to be a Breatharian. And I will try. I'm not going to try right now because I'm too busy. I mean, I always, in my mind, maybe that's part of my problem. I'm thinking that I'm too busy. I have to always be needing energy, like vibrant energy. Like, did you guys notice when you fast for 3 days even, you feel weak? Because maybe we weren't doing enough prana work. And I can tell that to myself. Because I've done 3 days, and I could have kept going. But the only reason I stopped that time was because I was too skinny to begin with. I was in my 140s and I went fasting. But not about weight, but because of my health. But, dude, that's why I had to stop, because I was losing 2 pounds a day. So, what you could do is start practicing meditation. Get practice sitting in a certain position. Get practice of feeling energy. Use your mudras. Use breathing rhythms. Get used to staring at objects without blinking. Don't blink. Don't blink. How long can you go without blinking? You've seen those guys with their eyes like this? Like, I don't want to freak you out. So I've seen some Sidhus, Hindu or gurus, right? They sit there with their eyes wide open. I don't know why you got to open it wide. meditate, master your consciousness. Yes. Mokoye. Go for 20 minutes, go for 30 minutes of learning how to master your consciousness. Practice your training your mind. Remember, even Ashiana talks about how important the mind, the mental body is. Because it is the mental body, your power with your mental body. Are you getting the message? How powerful are you with your mental body? Can you memorize massive amounts of knowledge? Do you know how? Do you know how to power read or super speed read? Do you know how to super learn? Are you a master in your mental body? Become trained. Exercise yourself. Christen yourself with these powers. And it's not about ego. It's not about arrogance and pride. It's about you becoming a disciplined priestcraft. Become exercised in consciousness, understand it, be articulate, and how to express it or explain it to someone else. How good are you at articulating? Can you explain some of this deep shit to a 3D person, friend, or family member? You know, that's what our duty is. We have duties. We have activities. We have things that we specialize in. You don't just sit around and do jack shit, homie. This is your brother Indigo telling you, Indigo, wake the F up. It's time to get into motion. What's up? You know? Do you know what's up? Yeah, so. Cassimo. It's always joy. It's a joy. Every day, a joy, a bliss, another miracle, another blessedness. You can experience the peace of God, the wholeness of God. You are God. It's in your DNA. It's in the space around you. It's everywhere. God's omnipresent. That means everywhere, not just some places. All places. So when you tell the rest of the world that sinners are separate from God, you are contradicting omnipresence. Define omnipresence. The word itself, omnipresence, doesn't mean some places like believers only, like chosen people only, Hebrews, like some group only, some elite only. Bullshit. All. God is omnipresent. Understand your own vocabulary. Washua. God is right here, Vato. Look in the mirror. I am God? Yes, and it's not blasphemy. It's a celebration. When you know that, when you understand that, when you get it, oh, I'm God and everything is God. I've been so horrible. No, you're not. You're not horrible. You're not sinful. You're not inferior. That's an attack, homie. That's a lie. That's slander. That's a disease. It's a parasite. It's a vampire. What the Guardians call chaos. They also call it antichristos. Antichrist. And not from the scripture point of view. Ha-cha-wa! From the omnipresent consciousness point of view. Okay? God is everywhere, and you can feel it. Or not, apparently, because some of you have forgotten God. Now you don't understand God. Now you were tricked. There was a trickster. Some trickster told you, no, that's not God. I am God. You're not. That's not. Nothing else is God. Only. You see their message? That's their message. Only I, Lord Jehovah, am God. Only I, Brahma, am God. Only I, Jehovah, is God. Nope. Law of one, homie. We know now what you are. Yeah, you're the trickster. You're the fallen angel. You're the one pretending to be the creator of everything. No, Jehovah. Sorry, Brahma. No, Yahweh. All. God doesn't have a name. God doesn't have a gender. God is everywhere and everything. Welcome to the law of one. The sacred universal. The key word is universal. It's not an earth thing. It's an everywhere thing. Machiwa. Now you can celebrate. You understand. You are God. But I feel so terrible and horrible inside. How can I be God? Right? That's a normal thing to say, to think, to feel. Wachiwa. The truth of the matter is we were twisted. We were changed. We were altered. What? What do you mean? At the DNA level, homie. So when you die, it's not supposed to die, but you're all dying. When you die, you get your memory wiped and come back alive and start over. How can you learn any lessons that way? How can you become a better being if you're just dying and rinse and repeating? Because at least in the Tom Cruise movie, you know, Die Another Day, at least he remembered. He retained the memory of each time, at least. What's happening on Earth? Your mind's wiped. You don't remember. You jack shit. So when you hear some weird people, hippies and New Age people talking about things from other worlds, Machiwa. Can you imagine that? If you're living in the law of one, that means you no longer have churches and religions, and you no longer have science labs. You're practicing spiritual science now, holistic sciences. That's both spiritual, God, and science, math. Spirit and math are both God. So you can see science, science and spirit are both gods. That's why we say spiritual science. That's what it's called. These teachings are a spiritual science, not a science, not a religion or some New Age belief. It is a spiritual and a scientific together. You want to be both. And that's how you ascend, by understanding and utilizing spirit and science. That means you're going to be knowing in your mental body that you have those parts. You learn your parts. You learn the energy structure, the time matrix, okay? And the other God worlds if you want to. But at least the time matrix and the 15 dimensions of reality and the 5 different density matters, there's 5 different 3-dimensional systems. 3-dimensional systems. That means they're made of 3 dimensions. We're in the first density carbon universe. And it's a 3-dimensional system. Not 3rd dimensional. It's more accurate to say 3-dimensional system. So you understand there's 3 dimensions. Not this concept as an adjective as describing dimensions like height, width, and length. No, we're not talking about those kind of spatial adjective dimensions. We're talking about like noun, a thing or an it. A noun, a dimension is a reality field. It's a frequency of bandwidth. And since frequencies, you know how there's different radio stations, there's different frequencies. Well, there's different frequencies of matter, of reality. So not only does this gonna do your atoms change and your structure, your form, so you're not gonna look like this anymore in the next level of transmutation, transfiguration, you know, transdimensional ascension. Notice that word transdimensional. That means you do not evolve through time. Okay? You're not going to grow a different body or a different higher consciousness in this lifetime. You have to transfigurate. You're going to turn into a whole different creation. You will no longer be a human experience. You'll be experiencing what's called the angelic experience or the soul experience. We're not the soul. We have a soul. But it's a higher level of yourself, a future version of yourself. We're not the soul here. We're incarnate. That means we're a fragment, a piece of the soul. And we're trying to bring all our pieces together, homie, because we're a 12 tribe. No double helix bullshit the scientists tell you you're a double helix. And that's it. Bullshit. At least they say something about the junk DNA. At least there's something else there that they mention. In this spiritual science, the law of one, innerchristos teachings, freedom teachings, you learn this is, you know, it's explained chemical DNA and the DNA template and how we're spiritual energy. We're consciousness, which is energy. There is no body involved. We have, this is all being done through consciousness. And we're experiencing this consciousness through a DNA template. And so we exist in our own DNA template, and it's being changed and affected based on this lifetime, and your other lifetimes are also affecting your soul DNA template. All your lifetimes are affecting in this incarnate level. Because you're going to live in these days, maybe you lived in the cowboy days, maybe you lived in the Roman days, ancient Egypt days, Lemuria, Atlantis. Okay? All those days are going back to your soul. Those are pieces of you as male, female, your 6 pairs of twin flames. There's 12 of you who are bringing your pieces back to a masterful soul being. Your soul being is higher than you. Your soul being is the one imagining you, creating your life force, creating your being, and 11 others, because it's 12, a set of 12. It's a system, a science, it's tangible system in the energy grids, in the energy schematics of our reality, and we're part of that energy system. We're just another extension of it. Just like we are, all us people and all the animals and plants, we're all extensions of the planet. The planet is an extension of the star system. The star, sun, is part of a greater system called a galaxy. That's part of a greater system. You see, even within us, we have a whole system of living conscious beings called cells, biological cells. cells. And there's supposedly trillions of them, man. That's a freaking lot. That's a whole bunch. Damn! Do you feel like counting to 1 trillion? So anyways, there's 1 trillion little beings inside you that make up who you are. And there's things that compose the actual cell. And those are smaller conscious beings inside of it. And there's subatomic substructures. And we're not even done, because the Guardians bring us in smaller things called kilantic codes, and then it breaks down into chelons, and chelons break down into particle fields, and the particle fields break down into particle strands, and the particle strands break down into particle units. Everything is alive based on the little particle. Okay? Hi, little particle. The little particle is living, and he's part of something greater, and he thinks it's God is a particle strand. That's a whole evolution, man. It's a greater group consciousness, but it's made of a whole bunch of little particle. So that means everything's made of a bunch of little particle. Particle are a big deal. Say it with me, particle. 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 We always say things in threes. I mean, not everything. Machiwa. It's no longer a sentence. Now it became a spell, because it was repeated and repeated and repeated. Now it's enforced. It's you're putting more energy. Like you want to keep saying Shaddai Ure Akuntum 3 times. Shaddai Ure Akuntum. And you can change your pitch. Shaddai Ure Akuntum. See, we just said it 3 times, and you feel it. You feel the energy. You feel the consciousness. Your consciousness. Eventually you'll be able to feel your cells. Maybe even communicate to your cells. Communicate to your astral level. Communicate to your archetype level. Connect to your angel level. And your archangel level. And your avatar level. And your rishi level. And your geomantic entity level. And your well, I know it's the polaric, and then the ecstatic, and then finally the alpha omega, everything. Sometimes you can be right inside there, inside the all, and you're see all, feel all, know all, are all. It's possible everywhere, because God is everywhere. So it's possible to bring in that consciousness until it evolves. Evolves, baby. You're going to evolve. You know that, right? I mean, it's not in most people's thoughts. They don't see us changing, morphing, shape-shifting, turning into different types of matter form. People are into their devices and into their politics and into their TV and games and into their sex and into their entertainment and into whatever. You know how many people are not thinking about spirit, not thinking about God, not thinking about other worlds? You know what I'm saying? We're the, you know, fringe. We're the taboo, you know, all those people who don't want to think about anything like, woo. What's up? What's wrong with you? All they can do is like try to put us down, say you're just on drugs, like that's supposed to insult me. Because I know, you don't know, you don't even know what the F a drug is and what isn't a drug. You're calling something that came from the earth, grew out of the fucking soil, a drug. Oh, it's a drug. That's a drug. You know, I hear so many ignorant people around me calling it a drug. They even call psilocybin a drug. It grew from the fucking earth, vato, bitch. I guess I was triggered, sorry. See, I'm transparent. Drug, created in laboratory, created by science, engineered, manufactured. So once again, a mushroom growing from the earth, you know, you put it in your grocery mushrooms, not a drug, but that variety is called a drug. That's a drug. Now it's got this taboo. Now there's a tinge. Now there's tarnished. Now there's something wrong with it. Now you're evil. Now you're, you know, a witch, or you invited Lucifer into your heart, or some shit. So we have to realize that. And we realize how other people can affect you. How they can, you know, there becomes a time where you're able to stop yourself from reacting to someone. Like, you'll be able to stop and not even be offended or insulted or become angry, like someone's trying to get you angry or get you to feel bad or get you disempowered. They want to bully you. They want to manipulate you. They're feeding off you. Oh, look, just check. They're being empowered by taking you out, by putting you down. There's an actual exchange of energy, Bato. That's why they do it. This freaking consciousness needs it. It won't admit that to itself. It needs something. It needs to be this vampire. It's its source of energy. It's a vampiric soul. It's a fallen angelic hybrid. They're here. The Bible doesn't tell you this shit. Sorry. Not sorry. We're telling you. I mean, we're sharing with you, reminding you. It's in your DNA. That's what they don't get, realize. Why it's always going to come out of the human, because it's in the human's DNA. They will try to condition you and it's called mind control. They want to control your mind and guide you towards what they want you to think about and believe in. And now guess what? You are thinking and believing in this an angry, pissed off God who demands sacrifice and worship. Tonya, sister, much respect, big hug. I love you. Thank you so much for supporting Christos' avatar. And if any of you else, it's a perfect opportunity. If any of you else are learning from this, are benefiting from this information, not just tonight. I mean, a lot of the videos, we have over 600 videos. Soon will be over 700 videos. Thank you for being part of the family. Please consider supporting Christos' avatar. You guys can do that several ways. You can do what our beloved sister just did, Tonya, or you can also do a PayPal donation. There's a link below. Or you can also buy one of my crystals or my pieces of artwork. And that can also support me, this work that I'm doing. So I do this full time for you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tanya. I love you, sister. Charles, the Bible is basic instruction before leaving Earth. Christos Avatar's advanced lessons. And actually, I've heard Ashana and the Voyager's material. It talks about how there used to be sacred books by the 12 tribes. There was actually teaching the mechanics, Ascension mechanics. You know, there's a whole bunch to it. You know, you learn about the stargates, you learn about the planet stargates, Templar. Okay, you learn about how your energies are literally connected, and that's part of the techniques of your protection shield, because you go through the Earth's energy and body, and then you come up through your body, and you're moving the energy by visualizing it. That's why you're using the mental body to do these techniques. So you using visualization is using your mental body. And so you are using the energies from the dimension that you're working on and running it through. Like you're going to get used to using something called Maharata. It's 2 colors that combine into create. It's pure white and dark gray or dark silver, and combine those 2 pigments together. What do you get? You get something like chrome color, like a liquid mercury color. You know, this bright, cool looking like liquid metal color, right? And so that is the energy that you are going to be train yourself to move, and you know that it's coming from the earth. So you're going to be visualizing. You have to get used to visualizing inside of the middle of Earth. What does it look like? Okay, because you're going to put your consciousness there, but you're going to use a symbol. So you're using the color and light, right? That's what color is. It's light. So you're using light, you're using sound, and you're using symbols. Okay, so you're moving this 6-pointed pale silver, or you could say liquid light, or, you know, liquid mercury color. Can you imagine that? Try to imagine it. Okay? What you do is, to imagine that, you first imagine the 2 colors. Because that's part of the understanding, is that there's actually 2 stars. There's 2 dimensions coming together. You bring 2 dimensions of consciousness and merge them into a unique, because look, bass tone, overtone, create a resonant tone. 2 tones combine, and that creates a 3rd tone. There's a trinity again. So, that's how dimensions are density matter is created, through 3 tones, bass tone, then it has the overtone, then those create the resonant tone. And you know, this is basically what we're doing in particle phasing. We flash on into the particle universe, flash off, flash on in the anti-particle universe, flash on. But what we're having is antimatter going through a process of fission and fusion. You know, fission, fusion, fission, scattering, a bunch of pieces scattering out. Fusion, bringing them together, fusing together. Fusion is bringing together. Fission, fusion, fission, fusion. Flash on, flash off, flash on, flash off, flash on, flash off. We're going through a fission, fusion, fission, fusion, fission, fusion, flash on, flash off, and we're going through different levels of matter while we're doing that. We're in the particle phase, we're in the particle phase, and and the particum phase. Partikai, particate, particum. Partikai, particate, particum. And so it's partikai. When it's partikai, it's all together. It's all in, bringing it all together into one. You're getting the particle universe and antiparticle universe into one. So I'm already teaching Kathara. This is Kathara, part of Kathara. So it comes together into a whole, breaks apart, magnetic, electric energy, particle universe, antiparticle universe. It goes back in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Male and female come to become one. Okay? There's no right or wrong because there's one. Okay? Polarization is separation. Ascension is bringing it back together. Bringing it back together, homie. Come back to oneness. Come back to unity. Not separation. You see how religion teaches separation and New Age teaches separation. They teach you hierarchy. They teach you elites. They teach you kings and queens and rulers and conquerors and pharaohs and masters and gurus and doctors and PhDs. They are giving you elites. Rulers. That is serfdom. That is slavery. You're food for these rulers, for these elites. You awaken, you're no longer food. You awaken, the illusion is now broken, it no longer has an effect on you when the illusion is broken. That's what these teachings do. They empower you. Religion, New Age, disempower you. No, we're not united. No, we're not all God. You're blasphemy. You're a sinner. You're horrible. You need to repent. You need to sacrifice. You need to, give your obedience, your subservience, and your belief. Give all your love and prayer. And what the F? You're feeding some creature, and that's just you, and your wife, and your children, and your families, and your neighborhoods, and your race, and your country. Your world is all sending all this massive amount of energy. Wow. And Ashana talks about these energy collecting systems. Lisa Renee talks about these energy collecting systems. She even talks about Saturn and how they're getting the blood and the sacrifice and these worship. I mean, you sending all this energy. Do you understand how that works? You're a starseed, you're a psychic, or you're a witch, or you're a healer, or someone reaching out and experiencing some type of spirit in your life. You're one of those people? Yeah? Hi starseed, hi light worker, hi empath, hi indigo child. So happy to meet you. Welcome. Yeah. We're bringing this. We got this. Hey you guys, how you doing? What's up? I know it's late. We started late. And I didn't know if it was going to be a regular show or a short show, but it's almost 10, so 9:44. Hugs from Texas. Celine. She's a sweet girl, isn't she? Stephen Oswald. Warlock. Is that what you played in World of Warcraft? Yeah. Got a little succubus next to you. It's got this whip, cracks a whip, and she does this little sound with. I love you too, Nixo. Excuse me. Susie. A natural healer, 100%. Awesome. See, we got some superstars in the house. Well, technically, they are from Marduk and Enlil. They're the ones bringing us these are religions from their planet, Nibiru. The Bible is their book. It's their book. They wrote it because they're. I don't know if it's like 90%, but I've heard Ashiana say that. I don't know if she was exaggerating, but she says they took out 90% of the original teachings. So that means there's 10% truth in there in the book. I used to say 50-50, 50% truth, half truth. But there's a lot less than that, apparently. When you look at how many distortions are there. I mean, it's crazy, right? Yeah, that's just it, brother. That's what the guardians are telling us. They're telling us that they changed our holy books, including the Bible, in 325 AD. And she even breaks down, the Vatican and the Church of Rome and the reptilians and how the Anunnaki are, it's crazy how the ETs are the ones that have been here all along. And they weren't always invisible. They were known to humans. They would show themselves to humans. Not like now where they kind of stay out of our, there's this whole thing of silence, And not just them, but our own governments are like that. So now there's like special forces and secret governments, secret societies. There's a lot of things being held secret. Well, that's where they are drawing a lot of their power from, secrecy, from controlling knowledge. It benefits the people in power. When they control the knowledge, they can control the people. They can control your life. They control your opportunities. They're about control. When you know someone's trying to control you, that's why I made today's video about the kings, queens, and emperors. Go watch that video. It's only 40 seconds. That's what's going on. They're directing you. You're directly what you call in their agendas. You're following through their agendas. And not indigos, starseeds. We're rebels. Light workers, empaths. We're rebels. We know something's wrong with these mainstream concepts. The mainstream is the sheep. It's the sheep that are being guided. It's the minority, because we are a minority in population-wise. Remember, we've calculated it's around 0.0, not 1%, but 1/10 of 1%. We're 100th, right? Isn't that 100th? We're 100th of the world's population. So we're a very, very small minority who are psychic and empathic. That's why not the planet, most of them don't believe us. I mean, they don't experience it themselves. Maybe they believe, I don't know. But that's why they have to have faith, because they don't experience it themselves. Not like they can't, not like they didn't used to, because you can, and we used to all have that abilities. We knew how to work with the grids of the earth, and we coexisted and cooperated together with earth. The ancients walked the ley lines, man. They knew technologies of consciousness and spirit, and and when they were ready, they would ascend to the next plateau, the next level, the next stage of learning lessons for your soul, for your oversoul, for your avatar. Because you know we're at a low level. So just because you ascend doesn't mean it's game over. You're just one notch up. You're going to go from 3D to 4D. Your soul will be in 5D. But your body's going to be in 4D. Remember, you're always one body. Your body's always one lower dimension lower than your consciousness, your spirit. So the human race is in the 4th dimension. The human race consciousness, you, what makes you, your consciousness, all of our consciousness, the human collective, is in the 4th dimension. Astral. We are astral beings having an ego experience, an incarnate ego experience. See, there, naturally, we're a collective. We're a tribe. Our mind, our thoughts are seeing 12 at once. That is part of a collective consciousness. That is what you are. Your angelic self is a tribe. So, and when you open yourself down here and bring more of those higher evolution inside, well, you're experiencing things that other people who don't have that DNA aren't seeing. So while you could be seeing a dead person right next to it, both of you, the person, your friend, doesn't see it. Literally, because they don't have the DNA. See, this person who doesn't have the psychic DNA turned on, which is available to all humans, they think you're crazy and you're lying. They don't see jack shit. They don't sense nothing. I love you. I don't need you to believe. Right? We don't. We don't need others to believe. We will continue on, yes, experiencing what they don't think is real. So, there you go. Anna Marie, indeed. Hi, Anna. Yeah, people get so stuck to, that's what, being bound to the material is being bound to 3D. They're just stuck into the illusion of the hologram. They think that's all there is. We literally got cut off. You know how disempowering it is to lose your memory? And think about senior citizens who go through Alzheimer's, they lose their memory. Think of what that makes you feel like. Shut off, cut off. First you recognize your grandchildren, but then the next few moments you're afraid because you don't know who the hell they are. You know how frightful it is to lose your memory and not know what the F is you've lost your identity, part of your identity. Whoa. I didn't know that was happening, guys. Has that been like this the whole life? Or is that what the picture is? Oh, that's I thought there was something wrong with the back, but it's all okay. Yeah, it according to the explanation of the Guardian material, all of this is being projected by higher consciousness. We're not this. We're the being projecting this. But this part of us can come aware of this being some type of realm, right? Most humans don't get to that part. They don't get to that level. They're stuck in the matrix, like the movie. They don't see this is all a charade. It's just Maya. what the Incas call illusion. It's just an illusion. It's just Maya. But I like to add, it's an intentional, known illusion. Your higher self that has the memory knows that this is a hologram illusion. That it's basically a simulation that was created by the science of the unified field physics. So, but something happens to your memory, like it happened to us humans. We got our memory cut off for different reasons, not only because of blocks in your DNA. When you block out your DNA, you don't know jack shit what happened before that or after that. When you get blocked at the substrand, even, like there's a strand of DNA. You have, let's say you're 3-strand human. One strand has 12 substrands. This is more Kathara. So each substrand is a time vector where you live a lifetime. So sometimes you what you're doing is, what I wanted to say is, okay, now we got that concept, right? That one strand of DNA is made up of 12 strands. You number those strands, substrands. First substrand, second substrand, third substrand, fourth, fifth. Let's say the 5th substrand has been blocked, or it's blocked at the 5th substrand. You know what that does? It blocks your 5th chakra. So you have to develop the 5th chakra to unblock this, to ascend, by using ascension mechanics. Otherwise, you're like the rest of the human race, stuck in repeating incarnations. Incarnate, death, you don't have 5-strand. You don't have 5-strand. You're cut off at 5-strand. You can't go to the 5th dimension. This is literally what has happened. We have something called the Amenti DNA block. We have, well, there's a few different DNA blocks. Let's just say there's like 3, 4, depending on your race and DNA, blood type, whatever. You can have up to 3 or 4 blocks in your DNA. Which means you're not going freaking anywhere until you learn how to unblock it. You learn through spiritual science, you learn through the guardian teachings, their science of how to fix this. It's called bioregenerate. She calls it bioregenesis. Think of that. Bio, body, DNA, and regenesis. That means you're gonna, Genesis is life. Regenesis means bring back to life. So bring your DNA back to life, back to immortality. This is unnatural because our DNA is blocked. So you understand how all this new age bullshit teaching you ascension, people think they're ascending, they have no clue about the DNA or about the distortions in the DNA, about the blocks in the DNA, about what the Anunnaki have done, what the reptilians have done. Not only do they F with your DNA, they F with your belief systems. They have historically already F'd with all religions. Historically, ancient, long time ago, before your granddaddy, before your ancient ancestors, they did this 50,000 years ago. And they did it, 325 AD, so that, what's that, like 1700 years ago? So it's not just that, you guys, it's that there's mutation from the planet itself. which, by the way, shuts off 90% of your consciousness. That leaves 10% of consciousness. Now you got 10% of consciousness with all this shit in your DNA now. You're just a little smidgen of your true self. Just think about it. Whatever you accomplish, that's only 10% of what you could have accomplished. If you had your entire freaking template available to you, which would be 12 levels of consciousness, you would be able to move mountains with your mind. You can make it disappear. You could teleport to Mars. Yeah, you can teleport to the 5th dimension in another universe, in another planet, amongst another race of beings. You know, as an avatar, you can go anywhere in 12 levels of reality. Like you can travel there by thinking. That's an ability, honey. It's called your Merkaba field. That's your car, your vehicle of light. You're gonna go places for sure. You ain't limited to your backyard or in your little duplex. You're not limited to a simple mentality. You have an extraordinary experiences waiting for you. You just gotta get your shit in together. You just gotta like make changes and actually accomplish spiritual ascension. What's up, my lovelies? It's already 10 p.m. so I'll call it a night. Yeah. It was groovy. You are groovy, honey. I love all of you. Big hugs. Big hugs. Yeah. I'm gonna miss you till Saturday. Or maybe we'll do 3 in a row. I don't know. I can't guarantee that. I'm just saying. I just like hanging with you, and I like pouring out the energy. And I know that you guys could do the same thing in R. What's up? Like seriously, get a little recorder. Even smartphones, there's an app you can get to record your own diary messages. You know, make your own brilliant ideas. Because we're streaming higher consciousness sometimes, and you have this brilliant idea, you want to record it. You don't want to bother with writing notes. You know, that's energy, that's a distraction. You might even forget what you just thought of. If you're trying to find a pen, you're trying to find a piece of paper and it's dark or you're sleepy, just push record button. And then write it down tomorrow when you listen to it. Just keep a recorder near your bed or your phone. Get the app ready to push record right away and say, speak your truth. What's up, baby? What's up, homies? Yeah, we can keep going on and on and on, but I'm hungry and stuff. I haven't eaten all day, right? I love you guys, sincerely. We're not just trying to be just sappy and stuff. We really mean it. We're bringing in our heart, Christ consciousness, our unity consciousness. You get tender, you get loving, you get, kind and sweet and blessed. I love you guys. Enjoy your evening, the rest of your evening. Kisses and hugs. What's up, brothers, sisters? Yeah. Embrace your inner light, your inner Christos. Send out your love into the world. Come on. Let's bring in those higher manifestations. Let's create our future timeline. We're making the timeline. Right here, inside here, our heart and minds, we're making this reality. Our minds are coming together. We're gonna meet each other in the reality that we're creating now. We're creating the future now. We're transmuters, we're healers, some of us spiritual warriors. It's getting done. We came here with purpose. We're speaking here with conviction. We're doing it. Just do it. Do it. No exceptions, no complaining. It's just simply do it. Love, grace, bliss, namaste. Holy ones, namaste. Yeah, baby. Wachiwa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do it in threes. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Do 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 do.